What is the worst wrong person texting story you know? A buddy of mine accidentally texted a dick pic to his family group chat. It would be nice if he could deny it by saying it was the dick of some other dude, but it had his easily identifiable tattoo in the frame. It was a complicated day for him. A girl begging her boyfriend to open the door and let her in so that they could work things out. I sent a picture of baked beans in a martini glass to a group chat for planning school events. Got a random dick pic out of the blue. I texted the guy back saying it was a 4/10 and to next time clean up his room. Not texting, but I got a whispery voice message one night from a man. "Hi, it's me. I wonder if you can get away and meet me at the cowboy bar." I snuck away from my wife. My grandma accidentally texted John it's Dave's birthday to the internet service guy. Some insurance agent called my phone the other day looking for a different person. Got a word in edgewise and told him he had the wrong number. Without missing a beat, the dude transitioned to asking if I had insurance. Anything can be a sales call, lol. Maybe not worst, but weirdest. I kept getting these group texts from the same group. I told them I was a wrong number. They wouldn't believe me. I just started trolling them with dark humor memes. Finally one day they realized my number was an old number of someone that was also in the group chat. They still include me, I still troll them with dark humored memes. Turns out though, the dude who was in the group chat, I have their old number, changed his number to stay clear of some bad influences. Well, I occasionally get texts for him. I troll them then pass on the message. I guess the dude's dad died, and a couple people texted my number. I was able to pass on my condolences to him along with the other texts for him. I like the one where it was a super angry text that ended with "and you need to get your shit together." The reply was wrong number. But you're right. I just get realtors doing cold calls. They know they've got the wrong number, but they don't care. I did get one where a lady was telling me I had to give her $100. It wasn't an Indian scam center caller, she was just drunk and belligerent. I eventually just told her to fuck off and blocked her. Back in high school, pre-smartphone days, I was texting a friend about this guy I had hooked up with and texted them something along the lines of, "Yeah, he's really hot but he's so fucking stupid, like the stupidest person I've ever met." Except I texted it to the guy and not my friend. Forgot to mention, I 100% used his full name in the text, so there was no denying who I was talking about. We were renting a house in the Hamptons from this super anal owner with pages of rules. My friend is wasted at 2 p.m. and accidentally sends the host a photo of herself crying and saying "I'm wasted but I love you" to the host by mistake because her best friend shared the same name as the host. And then later in the day she set fire alarms off and the fire department came. We can't use that Airbnb account anymore. Somehow the fire chief in the next city over got my phone number. I was added to all their group chats. I got sent the code to the fire hall, and a list of all past and present firemen and their phone numbers and email addresses. There were messages about helping a guy move, who wanted extra shifts, and picking up medals for a ceremony. I just laughed and didn't respond to anything. My friend works for the police department in that city, and I told her about it. She told 2 people in the fire department to tell the chief to stop messaging me, and they must have thought it was funny and never told him. The chief started calling me because I wasn't confirming if I could make it to the ceremony the medals were for. I finally texted him and told him he had the wrong number. I'm the worst for doing this, because someone missed out on extra shifts they might have needed. But I also got them out of helping someone move. At summer camp one year this girl Dana and I got on pretty well, so I asked our mutual friend Jill for Dana's number. Jill in fact gave me other mutual friend Amy's number, who had a crush on me. For the next month Amy and I texted, flirted, and started to talk about going on a date next time I was in her city, with me thinking I was talking to Dana the whole time. One day I called her Dana in a text, and she replied, "Who do you think you're talking to?" A very unfortunate hour proceeded. I'm a loan officer at a large mortgage company. I've been coaching a guy for a year on how to get approved for a home. I had him a week from close last May and then COVID crushed his program. I like him, I'd drink a beer with him, but damn it he's a 40 watts bulb in a 60W world. He and I were texting last week while I was out on sales calls. After I finished with him, I texted my assistant, "Please call Doe about the DocuSign. He's special and can't figure it out. Sent that shit to Doe." Back in high school I got a random call at like 4 a.m. It was a guy looking for another guy for some drug thing or something. I was asleep when I answered, up until he threatened to kill me. I told him he had the wrong number and went back to sleep. He called again like a minute later, and we established he had written down the number wrong. This was like a 5-minute conversation. He was weirdly thankful, and I think he offered to get me a prostitute. He said I seemed like I'd like a hot blonde. I declined and never heard from him again. I would have sworn I dreamed the whole thing, but I texted my girlfriend at the time and she confirmed the next day that I wasn't dreaming. A grandmother kept texting me thinking I was her grandson. She was really concerned about his whereabouts and well-being. I finally called her and apologetically informed her that she had the wrong number and that I hope her grandson is okay and reaches out to her soon. Years ago there was an elderly lady who called our house a couple times a month asking for someone we didn't know. She was trying to reach her grandson, asshat had given her the wrong number or she wrote it down wrong or something, but over about 5 months she called at least 10 times. It was never easy to get off the phone with her. She was obviously lonely and I don't think any call was less than 10 minutes, if she got my husband it was more like half an hour. We dropped that number and didn't think about it until afterward that she might not get someone who'd talk to her. We felt awful about it but it was too late. Woman texted my friend a racy pic telling him to hurry home. He has text previews on his phone so when he asked his fiancée to hand him his phone she immediately went from laughing at what they were watching to total rage and my friend was completely blindsided. You'd think if you were sending nudes to an unsaved number you'd make sure the number is correct. He texted the number back and gave the woman a hard time. She begged him to delete it which he did because he's a good guy. One time in college my roommate and I were overtired and delusional. We decided to compete for who could fit through the smallest opening in our multi-level TV stand. Like, crawling through the metal frame of the TV stand. I recorded her attempt on my phone with some dramatic pan flute music in the background as she birthed herself through the side of the TV stand. She went on my phone without my knowledge later and tried to send the video to our mutual friend. She accidentally sent it to a high school teacher of mine of the same name, who I had not spoken to since high school. That was fun to explain. I accidentally texted a wrong number once when I was really upset. Long story short, I had a really shitty ex-BF who would disappear for days and not contact me or tell me where he was going. Anyways, I was at the end of my rope one night and texted him from someone else's phone to try to get him to respond. I sent this really long text about how much he was hurting me and I wanted to know where he was. Turns out I texted someone else who was really sweet to me and told me to dump my ex lol. We have a coworker that is known for just making the wrong choice in any scenario and always making mistakes in general. On an out-of-town work trip, 4 of us were just hanging out having some pizza and beer on our day off. I joked that we should call him to see if he made any mistakes today. Well, he proceeds to tell me he has a funny photo to send me. Just as he sends it I hear oh shit. Silence. For like a minute. I'll call you back and hangs up. At this point we are rolling in laughter. 5 minutes later he calls and said he fucked up. He ended up sending a very NSFW picture to his last customer. A police officer via his work phone. I am talking an old lady vomiting on a dick type picture. Not sure why he thought that was a funny photo. Luckily the cop said it wasn't a big deal and nothing came of it, but damn did he just live up to the hype of being a train wreck. Thank you for watching this video and we will see you in the next one. Bye.